Good boys. Good boys.
Oh, I cannot. That was
It's Brittany,
something.
bitch. It's Brittany, bitch.
Y'all can't behave. How are we feel? I got the popcorn ready. I figured we were going to need it after that earlier.
Yes, Daddy.
Did somebody get all the recordings for me so we can watch it back? I love to watch people talk shit about me back. It's actually a favorite pastime of mine. Popcorn initiated, that's right. You have so many people talking right after you got off. I have put M&M's in my popcorn before.
Objection!
I did not see Connie go live. You missed it? So, to sum it up, here, fuck it. Let's do this thing. First thing on the list. Don't worry, we'll watch it for you guys so y'all can know who's talking shit. Let's just call it like it is. So Angie W has made quite a few side-eye comments about me. And then she plays innocent. Thank you, Christian. So Connie was crying. We'll address roaches in a little bit. So tonight's going to be a lot less triggering stuff. Tonight's just kind of a chill night, but clocking it, okay? So, no, thank y'all so much. I lowered the cost so that since we weren't doing something serious, y'all could like play around. I know how y'all like to be. Hi, Marie. So, let's see here. I'm going to try to not get a banana. The reality is as soon as Shelby got mad at me for going live with Jordan, because he had told me before that I shouldn't do it again. He had specifically told Boosted not to do it with me, all of the above. He went on a hate campaign against me and immediately went to Angie, another large creator whom I have no issue with and hasn't said anything negative about me. So I'm not even gonna address that. And then we all know he went to 2K, so on, so on, so on. So yes, Shelby, they called Jordan a human trafficker. They called Clocking It with Kayl1e. That's right. Welcome to the crash outs. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate that, Danny.
Okay, I have it on recording.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would be live. Well, welcome, Susie. So they called him a scammer, a human trafficker, all of the things. Now, you're all entitled to your opinions. However, one thing I'm not going to do is call somebody that without cold, hard proof and arrest records and charges and convictions. I'm not going to do that. Okay? I'm going to go off the receipts. Jordan Hazarian. That's what they did. I'm not saying Jordan's a good guy. I'm not saying he's perfect. None of us are. If you think me and Jordan are actually friends, y'all are ridiculous. But nonetheless, I'm going to play it up. Charlene, did you think that was good timing? Are you proud of yourself? Kayl1e is queen. So
Objection!
Well, I didn't say we will find you. Oh, did it not? Hold on. I got you the Ooh.
You don't have to call me and confess. We're looking for you. We gon' find you. We gon' find you.
Yeah. So the reality is like you have to criticize somebody based on the facts, or it's slander and it's defamation. Now, I'm not going to do that unless you have cold hard facts. Just because you think something, you can't just come on the internet and say that, especially when you have a platform. I mean, you can, but I'm not trying to be sued. Okay. That I'm not interested in that. Now, oh yeah, that reminds me. Which don't forget that Chasing Her Prime, aka Chasing Crime, she was in Angie's chat and specifically was like, she supports Jordan and he's a scammer. This is also somebody who got in trouble for defaming someone and she tried to sue them and then she lost. Yeah, anyways, she's got to pay a lot of money. So I don't know if she's learned her lesson though, apparently, since she's saying that about Jordan, but you know,
Yes, Daddy. Yes,
I mean,
Daddy. Yes,
I'm
Daddy.
starting to notice that scammers support scammers. So I don't know what's in her past, but not telling y'all to do anything. I'm just saying it's just a pattern because she supported Matthew and Emily, who also
Yes,
were
Daddy.
proven to be scamming. And she supports Shelby. And now Angie. Now, ooh, I like that. Sorry, headphone users. So the reality is that Angie went live with Shelby and talked shit about me, whether she wants to admit that or not, whatever. Now I'm supposedly immature, but to me, that's immaturity, to go live with someone and immediately talk shit when you don't even know what you're talking about. So there's plenty of videos about Matthew and Emily if y'all want to go and watch that. Yes, you could go watch PI's videos as well.
Objection, this is irrelevant to this case.
Irrelevant.
This is irrelevant
So
to this
exactly.
case.
She didn't want to admit to anything she had done. She kept saying, no, she didn't. Yes, she did. I mean, people were there. And then they kept muting everyone and saying they were being rude when they weren't being rude. They were just stating the facts. And the reality is these people don't like facts. They don't like them. They don't like the truth and they don't like receipts. Okay. So I was very civil and respectful. She deflected. She did start yelling. She raised her voice at me. And then she continued every time in her chat was like, you're cutting her off because she wouldn't answer the question. And she kept going on tangents about something that it wasn't even about. So after that, the Ash Roaches thing happened. So the story that we talked about last night with Ash Roaches, I came out with that story when Ash Roaches was going on and on about me. And all, this was after mine and Shelby's fallout. So Ash Roaches proceeded to start talking about me as a mother. She can pretend she didn't. As we all know, she's been proven a liar. Mom, we are doing the interview with mom and victim. Once his story told, he's going to be in the room off the camera. But mom is going to be his voice. And oh yeah, Ash Trevino Roaches made a profile of us, everything. Anyways, mom and the victim are going to talk to me on Friday. So this coming Friday, I will get the time for y'all. This coming Friday. And she will shut down.
Tuna and corn chips. No.
Not tuna and corn chips. So we should do a mass tonight, guys. We're going to do a mass unfollowing of a lot of people. So Roaches is her new name. We're going to call her Roaches.
Objection, this is irrelevant to this case.
I can't with y'all.
This is irrelevant to this case. Okay, I don't know what.
Angie, after this situation, fell into the trap. I mean, she truly did. She went live with Roaches immediately after this happened. She listened to her chat, which this was the downfall of Shelby as well. Y'all, your chat should not run you. Shelby let his chat convince him to come and confront me. And that's exactly what he did. And look what has happened ever since. Then Roaches decided she was Team Shelby. She was going to confront me. And she was so mad that I shared part of 2K's messages. Still have not released all of mine in 2K's messages. This was not a vendetta against 2K, despite what y'all think. Did not release all of those. And I could have, in particular, the ones that made him look like a not very nice person, but I didn't do that. I just showed that I did have permission to share that video. Now, Roaches decided that she was going to talk shit about me. She was Team Shelby. She was mad at me because I betrayed 2K. She said that shit wasn't cool. Wasn't cool. You know who else did get upset at me at that time but chose to still be my friend? Homebody Hideout. She didn't like that I released the messages either. Amen, sister. I'm about to banana y'all. No, I'm just kidding. So these are the people that were mad at me over 2K. Remember that. These were the people that, I don't have friends going forward. These were all the people that were mad at me over 2K. Now, does anybody remember me at any point in time saying me and 2K were friends? Does anybody at any point in time remember me saying that I'm a fan of 2K or I watch his content? Please let me know. Because I never said that. Because I don't find him entertaining. I never have. I don't like the battling. I think it's grifting. I've never liked it. I don't think it's a lasting way to make content. I do think him and his friend Chris can be funny when I see clips, but I'm definitely not interested in watching their Twitch channel. It's just not my style. So these people knew that I was not a 2K fan. That goes for Shelby, Roaches, and Homebody. At this point in time, now the Homebody situation is a little off. The Roaches, though, it was definitely because she felt like I betrayed 2K, and she's just up that butt. So she started arguing with me in messages. And then she joined my agency. So I am a part of an agency, and I was a manager for a minute, and I had asked her, because she had started live streaming, if she wanted to be a part of the agency. I don't have access to anybody's information. You know what else is bad? I asked Homebody to as well. I'm no longer a manager. I haven't been for a while, because this causes me to be way too busy to be able to do that. So, all they do is click and sign up themselves. I don't even see anything. They just agree to be in it. I don't know why Crazy Girl last night was like, that's how you got all my information. No, girl, you gave it to everybody. Like, y'all have to be better at knowing what you can and can't say on the internet. So me and Roaches, whatever, we're going back and forth. Like I said, then she started talking trash. Now, when you talk trash and I want to prove that you're just a liar and you're making up shit about me, I'm going to prove you're a liar. And that's exactly what I did. Did I know that when we dug, we were going to find the disgusting stuff that we found? Absolutely not. I was horrified. We were all horrified, just like all of you were horrified. If I had ever had a crime like that,
smell like tuna and corn chips. No.
Listen, hypothetically, allegedly, I feel like somebody who joined me last night might smell like that as well. But I don't know. I don't know nothing. Anyways, hey, Leanne. It wasn't meant to hurt her. I just want to be clear. That was never my goal, was to just hurt Connie. If I felt like I would never pick on somebody for losing a child, ever. That I could not imagine. I don't ever want to imagine. In fact, when I had postpartum anxiety, that was one of my fears, and I would never be able to go on like that. So my goal was never to hurt her. Now, do I think she probably has some regrets? Hold on, someone messaged me. Got you, Kristen. Thank you so much. So, however, with the behavior that she has and the way she shows that she is immature, it makes me have concerns that she is still the same person that she was back then. And the fact that she did not take accountability so as a nurse, it is my responsibility to note symptoms of people. So automatically, I notice things. when I am talking to people that I know or like talk to regularly or whatever. When this girl mentioned that her baby had been unalived, that's how she said it, by her boyfriend, she did not say ex. She did not say she wasn't with him. She said her boyfriend. I noticed there was zero emotion behind the words. Now, that is concerning to me because there wasn't even like a deflection. It wasn't like, yeah, since my kid got on a lot, like laughing. Because if you've noticed, that is what I do when something's uncomfortable for me. I laugh because that's how I've learned from a child to deal with my trauma because my family wasn't about the baby shit. So, exactly, it's triggering. So it was just concerning to me. So I just assumed that knock got me. I thought it was my husband. I just assumed that she was lying. So we looked into it. Turned out she was not, and it was worse than what we thought. There were 10 years of neglect. The only reason she was not there when that child passed was because she had left that man to go do whatever she wanted. Now, she tried to get back with that man at one point, and he turned her down. She would have been with him if he had accepted her advances. So, because of all that history, my assumption is yes, I do believe that she had a responsibility to protect her children, and she failed her children. So, I just can't, I'm not okay with that. And as somebody with, like, I'm not going to allow you to pretend you are a child advocate when you did that to children. So I just can't. So Angie brought that person onto her live without doing her research. Here is the problem. Am I saying you have to deep dive someone? No, I didn't deep dive Homebody. I didn't know. However, when there are allegations and you don't do your due diligence to look it up and you bring them on your platform, you allow that person to come up there and pretend that they weren't what they are. So when you compare that to me allowing Homebody to come on and tell her story, Homebody's charge was dropped down to a misdemeanor battery. So as far as I was aware, whatever that original charge was had been dismissed to, like, it didn't say she took a plea deal. It just said that it was dropped down to a battery, and it had nothing to do with a minor on there. It just said battery. So when I interviewed her, no one had access to the police report at that time. Once she continued to lie in that interview, and you can watch it back if you need to, you could tell that I knew she was not telling the truth. Especially once it got to the DNA thing. That was the moment that I knew she was the perpetrator. Now, thank you, Brooke. Yes, we're going to watch her newest video. So it wasn't the same thing as me bringing on Homebody and her bringing on Roaches, because the Roaches information was already all put out there. Homebody's was not. Once I knew she was lying, then I began to, so I don't check my DMs on my backup. You'll have to message a bot. Don't let your kids take late naps. Don't let your kids take late naps. So it's not the same. As someone with a platform, you do have to do your due diligence. And especially when you use your profession, and I'm saying this lightly, when you use your profession to give advice and you use that as a reason for people to trust you and believe you, you are held to a different standard. So I don't feel like I am wrong for calling this out. What did Miss Laura say? Let's see here. Laura, would you like to step? Let's see here. Laura, would you like to step? Let's see here. Laura, would you like to step? Let's see here. Laura, would you like to step? Let's see here. Laura, would you like to step?